Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. I have to say, Dr. Bhatia, you inspire me with your work. I would like to thank you for the leadership you're providing, and also all your allies who are helping you to make something really significant happen here. I think we can sense the energy, and in fact, I think one point that you made, for which India is indeed uniquely suited, is, if we really want positive change, we need to think about changing ourselves, about leading from a personal point of view as well, and I could see no more fitting context to take the next step here than actually holding the World CSR Day in India. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to serve on the advisory board. Now, our previous speaker, Professor Stückelberger, I think made a very compelling case why ethics matters and why, to some extent, regulation is useful to get people to do the right thing. I would like to build on that perspective, and again thank Dr. Bhatia for putting together such a complementary panel. At Impact Economy, we help our clients get this transition to a more sustainable form of capitalism, be it by helping them with investments or with strategy advisory, and therefore we tend to look at these developments as an opportunity. And if you look at it, it's quite clear that even if you, for a second, just think about your core business and how you want to develop it going forward, there are lots of challenges, but there are clearly lots of opportunities. And again, India, I think, with C.K. Prahalad and the work on the basis of the pyramid, has taken a leading role in conceptualizing this opportunity. Let's just think about this for a second. I mean, there are over 1 billion people who live in areas that don't have enough water. 1 billion people who suffer from chronic hunger. Over 1.4 billion people who have no adequate access to energy. 2.5 billion even who don't even have access to a toilet. Now, it's quite clear that these are incredible challenges for humanity. And again, I think we need to step up to the game and provide solutions. But I think it's also quite clear that civil society alone, government alone will not be able to solve these challenges. Business is very much required. And in fact, companies are increasingly seen as actors of development. And I think the legislation that Dr. Chatterjee presented, Section 135, certainly highlights that. The importance of companies seeing themselves as adding some value to their stakeholders, not just to their shareholders and clients directly. The question then is, if that is the evolving mission of business, how do we make that happen? And how do we move from a framework that is still very often driven by compliance? And we all know that when we talk about compliance, we think costs, we think risk management, and it does not typically engage, and I say this working with a number of corporates, the most creative elements of our senior management. So the question is, how do we get their creativity, their smarts, their guts into this game and finding solutions that benefit everyone? And I think if you look at the development of CSR, increasingly there's a sense that CSR needs to be more integrated, it needs to create this shared value. And what I would like to propose, and what we'll discuss a little bit later over lunch in detail, so I'm just giving you a teaser here right now, is let's think for a second about driving business innovation and, I would say, next-gen CSR also through impact investing. Now, this is a picture from another shore, Bellagio, in Italy, where a few years back I had the privilege to participate in a meeting convened by the Rockefeller Foundation, where a group of people from the finance community and civil society were thinking, if we want to drive massively more capital into solving social issues, how would we do it? How can we find a way to get commercial capital back solutions? And out of that came the idea that, well, in fact, maybe we can conceptualize this idea that you can invest for financial return as well as a social return simultaneously. And what I'd like to argue today is, let's try to bring that body of work that's been conducted over the past several years to the world of CSR and see how we can bring those two together.